Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives. And in this video, man, I want to talk briefly about LeBron James and this Netflix special that I seen he got. I saw this preview the other day for this Netflix special. I can't remember the name of it. But supposedly they follow around 5 NBA players. I can't remember if it's called 5 Out or whatever it is. And during this preview of this, documentary or whatever the series, whatever the hell it is on Netflix, LeBron James is talking about the time that he spends on his body, not just the money that he spends on his body. And he made like, oh, people talk about how much money I spend on my body. And that's always a thing that people talk about. And he's like, it's not the money, it's the time that I spend. And this is what LeBron James, once again, LeBron James wants you to know that he spends all this time on his body doing all this stuff. It's not money he spends, it's the time that he spent. That's what people need to focus on, the time that he spends on his body. We're going to talk about briefly in this video because once again, he gets exposed with this time that he spends on his body, but the man can't play 82 games. We're going to talk about in this video, man. Once again, LeBron James, like I said, the guy's just a straight goofball, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly humbled. Thank you very much to all you guys out there. Shout out to everybody in the membership, man. You guys know the deal, man, for real, man. So real recognize real. Thank you, guys. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I saw the preview for this Netflix documentary or Netflix series. I'm not sure what it is. And can't remember the name of it, guys. Forgive me. It left my mind. But I saw the preview for this thing on TV the other day, whatever I was doing. Maybe I wasn't on TV. It might have been on the internet, man. And I saw this preview for this series. And in this preview, it was LeBron James, and he was speaking about the money he spends on his body. Now, on this channel, what have I told you guys? That LeBron James has always, held on to this claim. And he's bragged about this idea that he spends millions on his body in the off season, right? Millions on his body doing various different things, various treatments, whatever it is. He spends millions on his body, right? That's one thing. They've been pumping that on ESPN for years now. And LeBron James has always, promoted this kind of stuff, this work that he does on his body in the off season. But in this clip of this series or whatever, LeBron James speaks on this narrative that, oh, I spend millions on my body. And he goes, that's not true. He goes, the thing that people need to focus on is the time I spend on my body, the time that I put in. And remember, I did a video, I don't know, 6-7 months ago, whatever it was, about Austin Reeves. And how Austin Reeves was talking on a podcast about how impressed he was, right? Or how amazed, right? And in awe he was of the time and the things that LeBron James did during the season for his body, right? How he would go and do these treatments. Everything is treatment for LeBron James. Going to get a treatment, going to get a treatment, going to do this, going to do that. Right? And he was like, wow, this guy is doing all this stuff. I don't know how he does it, how he has time for all this stuff. And once again, I laughed at that because I said, that's the problem for LeBron James, right? He's spending more time on doing these fluff workouts, more time trying to fool people into thinking that he's so strong and so tough and he's in this great physical shape. He didn't spend no time on his game. So his free throws haven't gotten any better. He ain't never worked on a jump shot, never developed a mid-range game, still can't dribble the basketball, still turns the ball over 3.5, 4 times a game. So you're not working on your game. Don't play any defense. No leadership. LeBron James should be working on his leadership. He should be working on his defense. He should be working on his hustle. He should be working on his shooting, his dribbling. He should be putting time and effort into that stuff. But he's not Austin Reeves in all that he's in cryo chambers and wearing sleep masks. I don't even understand this stuff, man. So LeBron James talks about the time that he spent on his body. It's not the money, he said. It's not the money. It's the time that he puts in. He spends a lot of time. And this is what we're alluding to. LeBron James brags about the time that he spends on his body. Let's say we won't talk about the money in this video. We'll focus on the time. He spends all this time on his body, on the workouts. But you're not spending any time on your game. No time on your game. Where's the evidence of LeBron James putting in the time on the game? Does it look like LeBron James has been putting in the time on his jump shot? No, it doesn't. Does it look like LeBron James has been putting the time in on his free throw routine? No, it does not. LeBron James in year 21, going into year 22, is still struggling from the free throw line. Still has no confidence at the end of these games to attack the rim with his team down. He won't do that. He'll stay out there in that three-point line and chuck up a three-pointer, an uncontested three. He won't drive to the rim because he's scared mentally. He shrinks from the free throw line. But if you were working on your game and you were working on your free throws, then you would have the confidence to go to the line. It goes hand in hand, guys. Guys like Michael Jordan, the Kobe Bryants, the Larry Birds, right? These great players that work on their games, that took practice serious, that pushed their teammates, they had confidence in themselves. They weren't afraid to go to the free throw line. You think Larry Bird was afraid to go to the free throw line and make a couple of free throws with the Celtics down by a couple of points? You think that Kobe Bryant was worried about that? Or Magic Johnson was worried about going to the free throw line at the end of these games? We know Michael Jordan was never worried about these things. It's insane for LeBron James to be that mentally weak, but they're going to talk about the time that he spends in the offseason. He ain't spending it on the game. And this is where he gets exposed. So LeBron James talked about the time that he spends. And then they started to show these clips of LeBron James going in a cryo chamber or something like that, sleeping in this big zip-up thing. Like what? Taking ice baths and getting personal massages. All this stuff that he's doing, these fluff workouts that he does. And I'm not impressed. And I've told you guys, this is not, it's not amounting to anything, guys. There's nothing tangible that you can look at and say, oh yes, LeBron James has played 82 games, 7 seasons in a row. You can't even say that. There's nothing tangible for you to point to and show that LeBron James has been putting all this time, this money, this effort, and that it's actually working. What he's doing is not working. All this stuff he's doing, and the man played 82 games one time. So all the stuff that LeBron James has done, it pretty much amounts to the same thing as he wasn't doing this. You're telling me that LeBron James would have been playing, he would have never played 82 games, I guess, if he didn't put this work in. He'd have no seasons of 82 games. And once again, they promote LeBron James' longevity. They promote his strength, he's always flexing. They promote all of this stuff, his athleticism, his physicality that he plays with. They promote all this. But then yet still, LeBron James can't play 82 games. He's load managing. He's out with sore feet or a sore ankle or a sore wrist. He's out with a stomach ache, a sore back. I mean, he's out because he's 39. He just takes off of games just to take them off. He needs a mental break. He wants to wear his favorite outfit, so he don't want to change into his uniform. This is what LeBron James does. But then, like I told you guys, he'll come to the game in street clothes and still cry and moan on the bench to the referees. Still act like he's coaching the team or he's in the game. It don't make any sense, man. You're load managing, dude. You got all this energy, but why are you load managing? And LeBron James talking about the time he spends on his body, the time that he puts in. Once again, time that he takes away from his family, but they promote him as a great husband and father. Is LeBron James a great husband and father because he spends all this time and energy on his body when it's not resulting in anything tangible? Like I said, if LeBron James never missed a game, he's 21 years in, never missed a game, played all these games, then you can turn around and be like, damn, man, whatever he's doing, this guy's been putting all this work in, all this time and energy he's putting in, it's working, it pays off. The man's never out of the games. He's never missing games. But that's not the case. And once again, it's not like LeBron James has had significant injuries in his career, and that's great on him. He's been durable in that regard, but once again, that goes hand in hand with him lollygagging for all these years on defense, not giving the max effort, and protecting himself through load managing and walking around the court. Not impressed with LeBron James never being, having a bad injury. Sometimes that's luck. And LeBron James has been durable. And LeBron James, once again, has used the NBA season to lollygag and to only give half the effort, to go through the motions, to have his teammates pick up the slack for him, and then blame those same teammates. So LeBron James doesn't play defense, doesn't give the max effort all game long consistently, but expects his teammates to do that. And LeBron James, remember, he told the guys to just do your job. Dude, do your job. You're supposed to be the leader, the highest paid player. You're not doing your job. You haven't been doing your job. But you tell everybody else to do their job. And this is why no one respects LeBron James. This is why you look like a goofball. You look like a complete hypocrite. And LeBron James in his new documentary talking about the time that he puts in. It's not the money, it's the time that he puts in. That's more important. I put all this time in. You're putting all this time in the wrong things. You should be putting time in on your game, dude. Not in on your physicality, on your body. That's not doing anything. When you're playing in an era of NBA that's not physical. If LeBron James playing in the 80s and the 90s, and he was getting beat up like Michael Jordan was, physically getting beat, and he was like, yo, I got to get stronger. I got to get more physicality going in my game. I got to start exercising and doing these things, then that would make sense. And you want to talk about the time that you spent on your body and the things that you did to combat the physicality of the game, the abuse that you were taking, that would make sense. You could get behind that. But LeBron James is literally doing the opposite for the era he plays in. He's more worried about his physicality than he is about his overall game. But they promote this era as far as skills, not physicality. These guys are soft, but they talk about their skills today. LeBron James ain't working on his skills. LeBron James is allowed to use his physicality in an era where no one else is allowed to use physicality. And that's why LeBron James continues to do these fluff workouts, to just exercise and work on his body and stuff, because that's all he needs in his era. Is to use his physicality, his size, use that off arm, lower that shoulder, dip into these guys. Remember, LeBron James is usually the biggest player on the court when he plays. So once again, he's exposing this era of NBA. And once again, exposes him. He's not working on the game because he ain't got to work on his game because you don't need skills in this era. LeBron got no skills, right? No skills. Plays in an era, they keep telling us the most skilled players of all time. They're bigger, stronger, faster. But LeBron James in year 22, at almost 40 years old, is still ranked number 7 by ESPN in the NBA currently. He's still a top 7 player in the NBA. So how skilled is this era? It's not skilled, guys. They get exposed. Remember, they're allowed to manipulate the rules. LeBron James is allowed to carry the ball, travel up and down the court, and use his offensive fouling to be effective in this era of NBA. This exposes this era of NBA and how skilled and great these guys really are. Where a no-skilled player is still a top 7 player at 40 years old, damn near, even though he plays no defense. Think about how that sounds, guys. That sounds ridiculous, man, when you say it out loud. But LeBron James wants you to know about the time that he spends on his body, the time that he spends sleeping in these chambers and doing all this weird stuff. Weird stuff. The red light therapy or whatever these guys, I mean, they do all this nonsense, this fluff stuff that ain't doing nothing for you. What's it doing for you? It's doing nothing for these guys. It's doing nothing for LeBron James. Still lollygagging on D. If LeBron James was playing 70, 75 games, giving the effort on defense consistently, I'm not talking about LeBron James being the greatest defender in the game. I'm talking about LeBron James giving the effort consistently on defense. If he had been doing that for years, then you could respect what LeBron James is doing. No one respects what you're doing when you're playing 35 minutes a game and you're not playing any defense. You're standing around, you're chugging up 19, 20 shots a game, but they continue to call you a pass-first player. You refuse to play in the system, but then you blame your teammates for them not being a better help to you. You never have any help, but you won't play in the system to help your teammates out? It's a joke, guys. You guys know the deal, man, on this channel. These are the facts here. The facts. LeBron James in his new Netflix documentary talking about the time that he spends on his body. It's not about the money. It's about the time that he puts in, doing all this other stuff, but yet the man still can't play 82 games. I told you the first time was last year. It was the first time he played more than 70 games in like 5 or 6 years. Out there playing 45 games, 55 games, 60 games. And why did he do that, guys? Because the NBA came with a league minimum on these clowns. So LeBron James wanted to make that cheesy All-NBA third selection, so he knew he had to play at least 65 games. Once again, Anthony Davis played more games than LeBron James this past season, even though LeBron James spends all this time on his body. All this energy he spends on his body in the offseason, still couldn't play more games than Anthony Davis, who's frail and soft. I don't get it, guys. I really don't get it. LeBron James always got to promote himself, pump himself up when there's no evidence to support this stuff. LeBron James does these fluff workouts. I told you, I'm not impressed with LeBron James' workouts, guys. His workout, his work ethic, and his fitness, it's not impressive. I've been into fitness and health my whole life, guys. I'm telling you right now, LeBron James' workouts are not impressive. LeBron James posts these corny workouts to his Instagram or his TikTok or his Twitter, whatever the hell it is. He posts these things to try to show you guys that he's doing something. He ain't doing nothing. The only people that he's impressing, he's fooling with that stuff, are his soft, lame fans that don't know nothing about fitness and health. His fans don't exercise. I told you, his fans don't even play sports. They do not play competitive sports. This is why they don't hold LeBron James to any kind of standard of a true competitor, of a professional athlete. They won't hold that standard. They don't know about sportsmanship and things of that nature. They don't love the game of basketball. They don't even respect the history of the game of basketball. Just like LeBron James don't. But he want to talk to you about the time that he spends on his body. He ain't putting the time in the right way. He ain't putting the time on his game. Well, I said he ain't putting time in to be a better leader. None of this stuff, guys. Exposed. Those are the facts, man. LeBron James out there doing fluff workouts. Like I said, talking about the time he spends on his body. But yet he can't play 82 games. Can't give the max effort on defense. Can't even be consistent. Can't do it. But he's all his time on his body. Tell you guys, men's on his body, pennies on the game. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.